Hello, it's May 4th, 2020, Monday, a day. I'm reading today with reversals because honestly I always do, and I've been trying this format, but something in me today just felt like I needed to read reversals. So typically, just to say a quick word about reversals, I'm going to focus just on one reversal right now. Seven of Pentacles. Reversals for me are not necessarily the opposite meaning, although in some cases it is. So we'll use the Seven of Pentacles as an example. Upright, this is about, disappointing harvest, things not working out necessarily as planned, delays to completion of work. And I often read this as, overworking and underpaid card. But in the case of it reversed, it could just be that this energy is blocked. So reversals are very helpful for me in terms of it anchors me quickly in understanding what energies are blocked, troubling the individual I'm reading for, often showing where the question actually is for the person. So that's just my little treatise on reversals in tarot. Again, ask 7 tarot readers what a card means, and you might get 1 or 2 words to describe the card the same, but you're going to get 7 different meanings. So this is my take. It's meant to prompt you with thoughts and questions of how to best use the next 24 hours, and we're going to get started. So in the top line, we have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, and that Seven of Pentacles reversed. So Ace of Wands, we talked about aces yesterday. We had the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Coins in the other deck, where I was talking about aces as the spark, the beginning. So here we have the spark of wands, action, fire, movement. We're actually moving into that idea, or that idea has come forward of what it is that we want to do, and we want to communicate about it. Page of Wands. Pages are messengers. They're just learning how to work with the suit. So in this case, movement, how to move in a new way, how to start moving towards that goal, whatever that spark might be about. And it does seem to be about maybe working in a different way. So with the Seven of Pentacles reversed here, it's just telling me that, the work that we may be doing right now itself may just overall be unsatisfying. Or we're not working, and we're having ideas of maybe how to put resumes out there, or, write to individuals that, pages again, wands. I also often see this as kind of the writer card. So we may be considering, maybe this is just best case scenario. You're actually journaling about some of these prompts and looking forward in, new ways of how to journal and start to create this vision of a new type of work and a new kind of future. So I would say, what are you communicating today? What are you communicating today in terms of new ways of behaving, new ways of actions? You're deciding to act in a new way. Yesterday's challenge was pick one behavior that you want to change. It seems like maybe you made a choice. And it does seem to be about maybe the way you earn money or behave in your current job, or just, I would say how you create in the world if you're not working. So the next line here is interesting because it's kind of repetitive. It's the Fool, the Eight of Cups reversed, Fool reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, and that good old Nine of Pentacles upright. So talk about the Fool reversed. Actually, I'm going to talk about these two together because they really speak together quite loudly. So the first thought that came to mind when I turned these cards over was stuck, feeling stuck, not wanting to move. Now might not be the best time to start that move. It may just be that beginning of writing about what it is and conceiving about how it is that you're going to change the way you work. It doesn't mean you're going to, because you have a new way that you may want to earn a living, doesn't mean you quit your job today. You still need to have an income, right? Until that really comes to fruition. So the words that came to my mind immediately were stay put. Just hold still. Stay put. It's not time to start new adventures, and it's not quite time to walk away. So there may be a tension. This is a real tension of having this spark, wanting to start. Excuse me, I can drink water. But knowing maybe that it is just time to percolate those ideas and not actually act on them yet. And this could be just part of the new full moon. Full moon in Scorpio happened last night, or on the 3rd, I believe. That's true. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, our old friend, the Knight of Pentacles. Tending to your own garden, self-care, opulence. These are about the luxuries in life. But it's not, and it often is about actual material luxury. But I was actually listening to Nadia Shah yesterday. I really enjoy her as an astrologer. I'm like up against a race against time right now with the yard crew outside who's using the leaf blower, so I gotta move quickly here. She was talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and just how when our immediate needs are met, and something having to do with the astrology of this time, kind of cutting to the core of that hierarchy. So if you're not familiar with it, maybe Google it, but it's really about how our needs change when say, for example, when the most basic need we have is food, shelter, food and shelter at the most basic sense. If those are met, then we start to move towards, maybe, interaction with others, community, but how our needs change when certain needs are fulfilled. So we have, let's say, everything we need in the physical world allows us sometimes to, move into different states of being and how we find fulfillment, and that the way that we, in our most evolved self, we are celebrating our creativity. We are fully authentic in the world, giving the world exactly who we are meant to be, because we have, those other kind of details checked off the list. I hope that makes some sense. Google Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is really just kind of speaking to it today. It's how our kind of the idea of luxury is changing depending on where we are in that hierarchy. And then we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, Justice reversed, and Judgment reversed. So this to me is a lot of blocked energy. And then underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. It seems like it's causing some sadness, frankly. We're Two of Pentacles. Actually, these are kind of the major and minor arcana version of the card. We have Two of Pentacles is about juggling, can be about communication. Again, there's that tension with wanting to communicate in the Page of Wands, but also not maybe having the right words yet. Justice reverse, just not feeling that balance, not feeling, it could be actual injustice, feeling like something isn't quite right in the world. but also not feeling that we have balance or control, which is echoed here in judgment. Not sure if we're making the right sound choices, not sure if the past is going to equal the present or the future, how that all lines up. So this is just a lot of blocked energy having to do with communication, feelings of right and wrong, feelings of control. And this idea that we control really anything is in itself an illusion. As human beings, we like to think that we're in control and that we have control over certain spheres of our life. The one thing we have control over is our thoughts and our decisions. And that's it. That's pretty much it. We have control over ourselves in the way we act and the way we think. People, places, and things outside of ourselves truly are outside of our control. And when we try to control them is when the frustration comes in, is when the feelings of stuckness comes in, and things not happening or moving in the way that we feel is right, that we feel is just. So what I would suggest in terms of things to think about in this last line for today is, where do you feel the need to exercise control, or what are the areas of your life that you would like control of, and how can you take steps today towards surrender and acknowledgement that we really just have control of ourselves? Because there is some grief here, right? The Ace of Cups is, in this case, this is in the most simple way I read this is just, needing to let go, whether it be emotionally, in this case it is emotionally, let the tears flow, let the emotion come forward around maybe that feeling of stuckness, that feeling of wanting to not have to worry so much about the details of how we're going to make maybe ends meet, and really focus on, how we want, this or that, whether it's that new relationship, that new house, that new job. I think these cards today are really asking us to think of new ways. When we're stuck where we are, when we don't really have control over the way things are playing out in the world, to be in that discomfort, to be in those feelings that come forward of sadness, grief, loss, and figure out how to tend to your most basic needs so that you can grow in new ways and be in the world in new ways, when that need to grieve is met. Blow. I hope you didn't hear the leaf blower outside. How leaf blowers and lawn care workers or essential workers is really beyond me, but anyhow, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for stopping by. Know you are loved, and I will talk to you soon.